Hello, so today I'm going to be showing you how to retape your rifle. So one thing that you're going to start out is you're going to get all the tape off here, here, and here. And then you're also going to take off the strap and the bolt to be able to tape it correctly with the white tape. Another thing you might need, screwdrivers, which will be a Phillips head, which is the T shape here, to get your bolt and your strap off. Also, you will need white tape. If you're taping your rifle for the first time, we will teach all that all together, or you can just ask a captain or an upperclassman to help you to tape the strapping tape on, but this is just going to be with the white tape. So first, I'm going to get my bolt and my strap off. One thing too, whenever you take your bolt off, be sure that you keep your screws together so you don't lose them. If your screw strips out, which will mean that the top of it will not allow you to unscrew it, you'll have to get the screws out, and you can also replace it with a screw. You want to get about the same length. Always ask maybe me, or you can ask your parents can also help you with that. If not, ask an upperclassman. Next, I'm going to get my strap off. Once you have your strap and bolt off, you're going to untape all of the white tape at the nose, swivel, bolt, and butt. Leave your strapping tape on because you will tape over that. There's no need to retape that. So once you've untaped it, your strapping tape should be left at the nose, swivel, bolt, and butt. I'm going to start with the way that you can tape the nose. Just like on flag, you're going to do the T and the X. With this one, you only need about an inch to an inch and a half of tape. You'll need 4 strips of those. Once you have your 4 strips, you're going to go and you're going to do the X and the T on the nose of the rifle. Once you have the X and the T taped, like so, you're going to take your white tape roll, and you're going to roll from the nose down to cover the tape. This should be about an inch to 2 inches long in the wrapping. And just like on flag, you want to be sure that you're not wrapping excessively and just catching the edge of the tape. Now with the swivel, even though you have your screw hole, you'll be able to find it once you tape it. So you want to tape from one end or the other, covering the strapping tape, covering the swivel. This should only be about 2 inches long. Now, with the bolt, it's a little bit different. You have to work from one end to the other. I always start from the nose end of the bolt, which is right here, and go to the butt end of the bolt. And you're going to wrap it like so. So what I do is I wrap it in the thicker part. Make sure you're covering all the strapping tape until I get to about right here. And I'm going to wrap it around one more time. And I wrap it to where it'll be overlapping just a slight bit to where it's covering down into this section here. From there, you're going to drop down to where the bolt sits. And then you're going to wrap where to here, all the way down. As you get more to the neck of the rifle, you want to pull a little bit tighter because of the transition from different sizes to keep the wrinkles out. Now moving on to the butt. So with the butt, it's a little different. You're going to need 3 strips that will cover the length of the butt. You're going to take 1 strip and you're going to go down the center of the butt. You're going to cover a little bit here. You're going to go across and just cover a tiny bit. You don't need a lot to secure this one. Be sure as you're doing it that you're sticking it to the butt of the rifle so it doesn't cause bubbles. Next, you're going to go to one of the sides. You're going to cover the edge. This one will overlap with the edge and then the side as well. It'll go down onto this part here and this part, so it'll overlap to cover. this one you'll pull there. And then do the same on the on the third strip. So now that you have your butt covered, you're gonna wrap just like you did on the nose, from the butt end down, covering all the strapping tape, and not leaving any gaps. Now that you have everything retaped, you're gonna reattach the bolt and the strap. One thing when you're putting on the bolt, you wanna be sure that you secure it all the way this way and that way, and it should match up with the screw holes. You might also want to maybe poke an initial hole for the screw holes, and then it'll help kind of guide in the screw. Be sure that you don't tighten the screws too tight because that can cause the bolt to crack. So I have my bolt on, now I'm going to do my strap. With your strap, one thing that you will need to make sure is that you have pieces of tape that are covering the little screws that will adjust your strap. They will need to be black, so for this one I will need to fix it. So now that I have both of them black, you're going to secure them down. Your longer section of adjustments will go towards the butt. With this one, you'll want to find the screw holes and match the screw up with the hole of the ring. So you want to center the hole of this little ring over the screw hole. And then screw it in. Be sure to only tighten it enough to where it doesn't make this so tight that it won't move back and forth enough to where you can adjust your strap to be straight. So then you're going to pull this one, you're going to go to the swivel, and you're going to repeat the same thing. Remember to make sure that your logo on your strap is out and not facing towards the rifle. So once you have your strap taped on, the last step is to tape over these screws. And it's just for your safety to make sure that you don't cut your hands open, because especially when that rifle comes down, you can cut your fingers open easily, so any exposed metal you want to cover up. You will only tape to the edge here, not over the clip. So you're going to start covering over here. So I'm going to wrap once over it, covering it. The tape should cover it, and you're just going to wrap it around to secure the tape. So there's one. I'm going to come to the swivel and do the same thing. So wrap it over once, and then come back to secure it. Make sure as well that you're not getting any bubbles in it. And there you go. That is how you retape your rifle. Be sure, again, that you retape it at the beginning of the season and as needed if a director or a captain tells you to. Be sure to click the links below to be able to get the rest of the taping videos and also the inspection video for equipment.